Music.
Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. The views expressed on this program are the opinions of the hosts. Listeners are encouraged to follow the show on Twitter at AAN_pod or at theallaboutnothing.com. You can email the show at theallaboutnothing.com. You may also call and leave the show a message at 803-672-0533. Thank you for listening.
All right, fellas. It's the All About Nothing podcast. Trent Clark, Zach King, Barrett Gruber. Welcome, everyone. This is the pre-election show.
This pre-election show.
I gotta turn the music down a little bit because it's real loud right in my ear. So, guys,
pre-election, postpartum.
Yeah, I'm gonna say pre-partum in case there's a lot of disappointment. Look, all I really want to say is that we are live right now on Facebook. I didn't do YouTube because I'll just post the video on YouTube. Maybe throw in some animations or something that Mike and Trent put together, actually. So just this is the pre-election show for the All About Nothing podcast, and honestly, I don't have anything prepared. I think tonight is just a talk because we haven't had a show in a while, and honestly, I've been missing it. But in truth, it's really my fault because I'm the one that's not been available.
It's okay.
It's been ridiculous. It has been so unbelievably busy with everything going on. We did some camping, we did some kayaking, and otherwise just completely exhausted myself to the point where Sunday night I'm like looking at my watch and saying, okay, let me see if I can, and then I'm out.
Well, let's get down to the real nitty gritty. The reason why you've been feeling down and we've been missing a couple podcasts. The Falcons, you get what I'm saying. Then we got the Atlanta Braves. You get what I'm saying?
You can't hurt the Braves though. They lost to the good people.
I know, man, but I seen it in y'all guys' eyes. Y'all guys really thought it was this year. I was going for the Braves too because that's the closest team that we got to us right now. So
I did think this was going to be the Braves' year. I did think that everything was going to fall into place exactly as we needed it. Unfortunately, the fact that we only had two starting pitchers and everybody, all the bats, they were up and down. There wasn't a whole lot of consistency. Honestly, for me, I believe that Los Angeles winning the World Series and the National League Championship, I believe that Los Angeles was the better team. They had consistent hitting, they had consistent pitching, and they had more than two starters in their pitching rotation. Honestly, that's really.
And they had Kobe. They had Kobe watching over him, man. Kobe was all over that city, man.
Do you think Kobe is a Dodgers fan?
No, I'm not a Dodgers fan, man.
LeBron turned into one.
Maybe. But LeBron, he already had the hats.
That's true.
I'm sure he did. He's in love with that, whatever city's paying him. I ain't gonna hate on him. Man.
He still loves Akron, man. Come on.
Okay, we were wearing a Cleveland Indians hat.
No, not this year.
I believe he probably still loves. I believe he probably still loves Akron because that's where he's from. That's where all his family's at. So I cannot imagine that he would abandon it. But I think as much as I don't like LeBron James when he's playing basketball because he becomes a very whiny bitch. Is the only thing I can say is that he just becomes so unbelievably annoying. He's like every soccer player I see that takes a dive just because they need a breather. So LeBron takes a dive or he'll just start he'll have. I don't know.
He'll whine about I want to be people recognize me for my accomplishments. What do we do? We're just saying Jordan was better. It's okay. Like that's a one in 1,000-year player coming up in Jordan. You're good in your own right. No one's going like LeBron. Man, no, you're freaking awesome. Like, come on, just take it.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta take the good with the bad with LeBron, man. You know what I'm saying? He's too good. He's too good for you to not give him his credit. And you know what I'm saying? It's just there's nothing you can say.
LeBron, you're good. Okay.
So ultimately, the reason that we're on tonight is, of course, tomorrow is November 3rd. November 3rd, of course, is Tuesday. It is it is the Tuesday following the first Monday of the month, which means in November, every 4 years, tomorrow is the general election in which we will either see the Trump reign continue, or we will see the Biden presidency begin electorally. I honestly am so sick of the election that I'm ready for it just to be over, and I want it to come out the way that I ultimately, I'll just be honest, I want Biden to win. I want Jamie Harrison to win. I want Adair Burrows to win. And it's not just the Democrats. I want all incumbents to lose. To be completely honest with you, I want every incumbent to lose their election. I am so tired of the people that we have in Washington, just in general. It's gotten to the point where one of the things Lindsey Graham said when he was running, 25 years ago was that, he wanted there to be term limits. And we've gone through 25 years of Lindsey Graham with no term limits. And ultimately, I think the only way to give him a term limit is to check him, out the door.
I can't stand Lindsey Graham either. And the biggest thing I'm tired of right now is Facebook telling me to vote when I'm already registered and ready to roll. And the Jamie Harrison commercials and the Lindsey Graham commercials, if they could just stop. Yeah, please stop.
One more word, Barrett. One more word I want to add to that little bucket of yours. Unprecedented. If I got to hear that one more time from either side.
Is that the one that's bothering you the most?
Yeah. Oh my! It really, for the last couple of weeks, it's really been like, ugh, like, just say it hasn't happened before. Stop saying that word every time you get a chance to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. So I look. Ultimately, there are a number of states that are considered these swing battleground states. And I wanted to try and pull up some of the numbers just based on what we're seeing. And I don't know, let me see, presidential general election.
Are they considering North Carolina one?
Yes. Yeah, North Carolina, as far as I know, recently was a toss-up. Like it was potentially leaning Biden, as far as I could tell. Okay. Yeah, so there's like right now, these are all, first of all, I don't understand a lot of these polling websites and whatnot. They're frustrating to say the least.
Right.
Very
right now right now it looks like, so just according to 538, Pennsylvania right now is leaning Biden 48%, 48 to 40. Well, okay.
That's because he grew up in Scranton.
I don't know. Yeah.
What's in Scranton?
It's hard to look.
My girlfriend is from Pittsburgh. I don't know what's there.
But he always says that, like, that's his hometown. Like, okay. I'm voting for Joe, but like when he's just all up in it, he's like where I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And every time he says that, I'm like, Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. Scranton,
yeah,
PA.
Exactly. Somewhere Mike Scott is out there looking. Yeah. Okay, so currently national average right now is showing that Joe Biden is leading in the polls by about 7 points over Trump. That's nationally. Okay. In some of the battleground states, Arizona, Trump is currently losing to Biden by about 1 point, 47 to 46. Florida right now is actually leaning towards Joe Biden, 48% over 46, so up by 2. Georgia, statistical dead heat. I mean, they are locked in at 47-47, which means there are 6% of the electorate of those polled that have deemed themselves undecided. So there is the potential that Georgia could go either way. Right now, Iowa, Trump's up by 2 in Iowa, 47-45. Michigan is well into the Joe Biden category, 49-44. North Carolina, right now, according to this statistical tie, they are 47-47 there as well. So Biden has been leading in North Carolina, but this is typically what we see. We begin to see these polls tighten as we get to the election. So Ohio right now is 1 point for Trump, so 47-46. Pennsylvania is another one that is showing towards Biden, 49-46. And again, when we don't have 100% percentile with those, what you have generally is anywhere that is the give space, like 49-46%. So you have basically 5% or so that is considered to be the undecided. So those are the ones that will typically come out. Now, according to a lot of the research that's been done into the polls, it seems as though a lot of undecideds are breaking towards Biden. So in places like Pennsylvania, where it's virtually a tie, Ohio, they're only off by a couple percent. You are beginning to see those start to break towards Biden. I think ultimately what we're hoping, I say I am hoping, is that we will see we'll see enough come in tomorrow night that the election can be called for Biden without the necessity of having states like Florida or Ohio or Pennsylvania, like those three states. Yeah. Those are the states those are the states that are going to wind up dragging on. Pennsylvania, we know is going to drag on. Texas is likely to drag on for a little while because they are currently battling the RNC or the GOP, whatever you want to call them. They're currently fighting them right now in court to validate some 127,000 ballots that the RNC or the GOP has basically decided that they shouldn't be validated. That these are ballots that should be tossed out either based on signatures or something. I'm not sure. It's
Deanna is saying in the Facebook chat that Latinos and black men will create a wild card. For whom?
Yes, please tell me for who.
I assume Biden. I mean, but that may just be me.
There's certain states. I forgot who was breaking it down, and it was a Latina analyst.
Deanna put that on Will.
Don't defer now.
Passing the buck. Passing the buck.
Don't defer. Bumblewski.
We're gonna pick that up and run.
I'm looking at the person who I see face right here.
Ultimately, I'm just gonna say this. I appreciate Deanna and Will because they are going to be there with me tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and actually probably a little later. Working the polling precinct that I'll be working at.
I seen
tomorrow.
you, Barrett. Well, I got scared. Barrett, I seen you what you did when you posted your car. I see you was like picking up the ballots. I'm like, Barrett, I felt scared for you because I was thinking one of them Proud Boys was gonna see where you was at and pull up on you like they did old Joe in Texas with the flags and be like, hey.
Yeah, but
their ballot machine.
The Proud Boys would think it's mail-in ballots, and they wouldn't know how to do it. They'd be like, "We gotta go to FedEx and mail this whole damn thing." Shit.
Yeah, I don't know that I know any Proud Boys. I mean, I know some. I know some proud. I have some proud friends, but I don't know that I know.
If
any
I know a proud boy, it better be a proud gay boy. That's all. The only one. That's the only proud boy I want to know.
It's the only ones that I think I know. So yeah, I don't know. First of all, if I say first of all, we're already deep into this. How have you both voted? Are you voting tomorrow? What's going on?
Voting tomorrow.
Tomorrow, sir.
Tomorrow, yeah. Mine's right up the road from me, so literally I could walk there. I might skate there. I don't know.
Right down the street from my job.
Okay.
And when I say skate, I don't mean roller skate. Just put that on Front Street.
Yeah, please don't be on roller skates.
I'm not trying to like bring back like rollerblading or roller skating.
I'm like, you picking up some traits since you had just had your baby, so I'm trying to see. Okay, maybe he's trying to get into rolling.
I need some exercise, and I was like, I don't want to walk. What's the fun way to get skateboarding? You used to do that all the time, so I got a skateboard again. And
what was that Disney movie? The Disney movie that had the rollerblades. Oh man, the guy with the long hair. He's got hair like you. He was like an asshole. I feel like you got hair like the asshole in that movie.
I feel like
it was like the black and yellow team. God.
I don't know. I think I quit watching Disney Channel. Like,
Oh man, no, you
2002.
seen this movie? If y'all know it in the comments, y'all say something because
In Line.
In Line. There it is.
Okay.
Yes.
That
That's
was
what
a
it
movie.
was.
This was a Disney movie.
Disney movie. It was about rollerblading, like street rollerbladers versus like the rollerbladers that were signed by like a big company. And like the guy tried to get in with the rollerbladers and they like treated him like crap at first. And then he outskated all the motherfuckers. And then he was like, we're not gonna let you get.
You can't get in our super cool gang, and they slide in their rollerblades.
Basically,
Like,
they was like, no, you can't do this. You can't.
This one didn't reach my desk.
I've never seen this. I don't know what we're talking about.
There, you gotta go. If you got Disney Plus, I know it's on there.
what?
If you got.
I will say something beautiful, which just the Disney Plus comment reminded me.
Sure.
Gabrielle's. I'll just tell this story. I am now a dad to Eden Cambria King, my beautiful daughter. She's a bundle of joy.
Can we get some hand claps?
Thank you.
Yeah.
The whole Gabrielle on Wednesday afternoon about 4:00 was in line at the fair for do the drive-through
Right.
to get food, and her water broke. Now Zach 2 days before had said, "Please don't go to the fair. What if your water breaks while you're in the line?" Murphy's Law took hold, and what could happen did happen. And so I raced to the hospital. Of course, they're trying to get there and stuck behind trains and carnies. And so I'm like, plow over the carnies. Plow over the carnies. You have to wait for the train. Nothing you can do about it. Downtown trains are awful. We all know that.
Oh yeah.
She gets to the hospital. We're there for like 4:30. We're in the room. They didn't tell me to eat. I was waiting on Gabrielle to bring me fair food, so I had not eaten all day. No one told me to order food like from the menu, so I went from 4:30 to 8:47 with nothing but a prison turkey sandwich box that they gave me with apple juice, applesauce, and a prison turkey sandwich with a packet of mayonnaise.
Nice.
Oh, did that come in? Did that come in the Ronald McDonald?
No, it came in a clamshell.
They gave me the Ronald McDonald bag when I was in there. Yeah.
Well, listen to this. The whole time Gabrielle was in labor, like the labor pains before she decided to get the epidural, we were watching Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, and it was like 30 of them. So the whole time from the afternoon all the way till 8:47 when she was born, we were watching Simpsons, and it was fantastic. And now every time we go to bed, the thing we turn on to watch is Simpsons. Nice. I'm like, thank you, because me being a kid of the 90s, I'm just like, Simpsons is a pinnacle. And it's fantastic. Yeah. So I feel like I should have named her like Lisa or something.
My God,
or Marge.
I'm glad you didn't.
Marge.
She would have hated you forever.
Well, she might hate me. Her name's right here. I named her after a rock band too. So
you don't have to tell her that. Make up a story like your dad.
Oh, dude! Like my dad taught me AC/DC, I will be teaching my child Eden Cambria, greatest rock band ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you missed Zach. You did miss the most important part of that story, which was what occurred just a few hours before that. Zach got to see me. I came over to visit, knowing in my mind that that day would be the last day that I could potentially stop by. And
dude, it was. You're right. You literally got in under the wire.
It was right. I think the last person to see you two together before her water broke, I guess, would have been Adam's wife. But besides that, would have been the guy delivering your lunch. So, yeah, I was like third.
And shout out to Lexington Medical Center Hospital. They were amazing. I mean,
they've got nice facilities over there now. Yeah.
I'm shouting out even to the people. One of Gabrielle's friends is actually one of the nurses there and took pictures. I was holding the leg, and I was afraid. I think I told y'all. I was like, I don't want to see the carnage, the Omaha Beach of it. It's not. It's beautiful. The whole thing's beautiful.
So you didn't watch?
Like, what? I did. I was.
No, but did you watch, or did you like?
Watch. 100. No. Dude, you know, like when they come out and you see like the little part of their
Well,
head.
no, I didn't know because my son was C-section.
C-section. Well, they come out and
that was
like,
even worse. That was like horror movie.
Well, dude, you see like this much of their head come out, and the doctor's like, "Oh, there's her head," and I'm thinking head's this big, like total.
Yeah.
And then that's just the part that got pushed out. Then the rest of the head comes out, and it's this much bigger. And
you know how big your head is, Zach?
Oh,
you know how big your
dude, her hats do this. They slide up.
They roll up.
Yeah, she looks just like Gabrielle, but she has dark hair. But I know she's my kid because her hat's just like sliding up her head.
Did you just say I know she's my kid?
No, it's just like, well, she don't look like she looks like me. She's got like olive skin complexion that I usually have.
Well, I hope she's white,
bleach faced.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a vampire thing for it. Halloween was a couple nights ago. You thought, oh, I'll just throw on the makeup for the night. No, this is so natural.
All right. Oh, she's I hope everyone's who's following us. If you don't follow me on Facebook, she definitely had the Yoda outfit on for Halloween.
No.
And I swear to God, the child.
I thought y'all were gonna paint y'all face, paint the face green. I was like, don't do
I'm not painting no baby.
Too early. Too early.
I'm giving her a bath, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. No, those legs and arms when they're super small, you're just like, man.
She's definitely like.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
She is a strong child. Like I'll go to like change her diaper and she'll grab onto my arm and I try to move it and she can like force me a little. I'm like, all right, listen.
Well, Zach, you ain't really that strong, man. We've been trying to tell you this before, man, but you know.
Listen, she got a fistful of beard hair yesterday and today, and I was like,
oh, yeah.
Hi.
Oh nah. Wait till they're about almost 2, like where Rio's at. Oh man, he grabs it and he does the like whenever your child is looking at you like this with a handful of your hair, it's just the happiness for you have for that child, it just grows and grows.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I'm learning something every day about me, about her, about Gabrielle, and Gabrielle is such an amazing mother. I've seen her.
Shout out to all the amazing mothers out there. Let's do that,
dude. It takes a village, and all the people who have come by. My brother made an appearance. He didn't have a vehicle, but he came by this weekend too, just to see that, and for him to sit down in the chair beside me and hold my daughter, and the tears welling up in his eyes. It was amazing.
Cool.
It's an experience.
That's really cool.
We don't have to keep talking about babies, but I had to get it out there.
It's your baby, man. We had to celebrate it, man.
Oh yeah, the first All About Nothing podcast newborn, at least.
Yes.
Well, on this,
I'm in the dad club now, guys.
You are in the dad club.
We're all 3 dads.
We are 3 dads.
The only thing you have to be worried about now is the hazing, because Trent and I do get to one of us holds you down, the other one beats you with a staff. So
yes,
just be prepared.
Dude.
That's what happens. That's how you get in.
Trent met my dad. That's every other weekend.
Yeah. Right.
Honestly,
come down here. We're gonna beat you with a stick.
I just want to see the bruises from you falling off the skateboard. Is what I want to see.
Oh, I have scars now. If I lift my foot up that high, yeah.
You fell off a skateboard for real?
No,
of course you did.
Trying to relearn, like, you know, shove-its and stuff like that. You tend to get ankle whacked. Falling down's not so bad. Other than that, you're getting just tired hamstrings and stuff, but it's good. It's coming back to me. Trying to lose weight.
I know your mom was happy to see her.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I know she was ball of joy. And for your first one to be a girl, so technically you got the youngest girl, so you're beating Shelby out right now. So the youngest girl always wins in the family war.
We'll see. I told Gabrielle we could try one more time, and then if it's a girl again, I'm out because I'm not being outnumbered that much.
Oh no, you don't want that, brother.
3-1, I'm done.
Ooh.
Look, I'm just gonna tell you across the board, my cousins and I all, or my first cousins, all across the board, we're all men, and then every one of us has had daughters. So I don't know how it happens in normal families because the Grubers.
Is it normal?
But
it's very rare. I mean, In my family, it's all been boys, and then Shelby was the first girl. Then Shelby had a boy, and then a girl, and then I had a girl first. So I had a
Yeah.
Maybe you're breaking the cycle.
I mean, we probably don't want to get into the science of it, but I suspect we're probably wrong in there. And if you look on Facebook, I'm sure that by now someone has corrected us. Just, someone I assume has probably fact checked us already. Listen, so again, anybody watching, listening, whatever, that tomorrow, November 3rd, if you haven't already voted, please, dear God, honestly, at this point, I don't care who you're voting for. I really don't. Just get out there and voice your opinion by voting, because honestly, it's basically at the point now where if you don't vote, I think we all would not want to hear your opinion on who gets elected.
I agree.
If there's any
vote for the children that we just spoke about, and Deanna, you are correct, and Ami, I don't know how to do a flat face, but
you got to do the lips too. You got to.
What do you? I don't understand. I guess I have to be on there to look, huh?
Deanna says she's writing in Kanye West, which he'll make Wakanda real. We've already talked about that episode 40.
And she also said that she thinks the man determines the gender of the baby.
It does. That's true. 'Tis a real thing. And there's also times of if you plan it, ovulation gives you a better chance for a male due to speed and other factors of. We don't have to have a biology lesson, but there's.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get on that. We wouldn't have to bring a lady in on that.
Science is science, sir.
Probably one of our great mothers.
Deanna, I really hope you're kidding. I see where you wrote in Kanye West. I really hope. Please tell me you're kidding. Please, would you please at least say something right now that you were kidding? Because
yeah, that was King Henry, wasn't it? That had his wife beheaded for having nothing but women. Yeah, and it was actually his fault the whole time.
There's no way you can't be kidding about that, Deanna, because you can't. I don't think South Carolina. Okay, see, I'm doing too much thinking into this. You talking
about writing in Kanye West?
Yes. Yes,
I'll write in Childish Gambino. I'd love to see a Donald Glover government.
Speaking of, Childish Gambino said he's retiring. Childish Gambino, he's only going to go by Dan Gambino.
Thank you.
Really?
Yes. So he's retiring.
Put my phone down now because I keep looking
at
that. It's gonna really wear me out.
Wheezy just endorsed Donald Trump, so I'm not too happy with him right now.
Hey man, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Lil Wayne Lil Wayne also, when asked about Black Lives Matter, gave a really.
He said he's never been talked to as a racist. Like, no, he's never been a victim of racism.
I mean, but no way. I don't know how he felt.
No, there's no way.
Okay. Whenever he was, taken to jail in New York for having a pistol, I'm pretty sure they didn't walk up to him because they was like, "Hey, you got tattoos."
Or when he shot himself in his hotel room in the leg.
Well, that was at his own house. But he did say a cop saved him because he came in. Okay, that was the first person that got to you. You can't. Okay, if he was a black cop, would you be still having the same conversation about? You don't know what racism is? Like, I don't understand it, but Lil Wayne,
it's like 50 Cent.
He's grown up rich. He's grown up. It's a different mindset. It's a different mindset.
Everyone who's supporting Trump right now is someone who's rich, and they're like, "Whoa, the taxes suck for me." If you make $140,000, the first $10,000 is taxed more than the rest of it. Or $400,000, the first $10,000 is taxed. Oh God, yeah, sucks for you. $400,000, and they're gonna take a bigger chunk of that. Like, dude, us people out here making it on like 30 to 50 to whatever. Like, come on.
And ultimately, go ahead. Let's just be honest. A lot of these people that are complaining about this potential of increased taxes. The idea behind that is just absurd, because chances are, if they are in the 400,000 and plus range, they are probably able to claim enough deductions that it's like, it's like Amazon. They're probably not paying that much in taxes anyway. Now they just have to have a CPA be a little bit more intelligent to potentially add a few more deductions in there so that they don't, they don't fall under the standard deductions or whatever. The whole idea is just absurd. It infuriates me that there are still people that I know that there's a good potential that I pay more in taxes, which isn't much. To be completely honest with you, I don't pay that much in taxes because we're middle class poor. We're middle class to poor. I get I have a good job. I get that I make more money than I did 10 years ago. But it doesn't account for the fact that we still, I have not seen, and I'm not complaining, but I've not seen a cost of living adjustment for how much I make. I haven't seen one in 20 years. Every cost, every adjustment to my income has been purely based on my performance, not cost of living. Nope. So, and again, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact. But there is so much whining about this idea that Joe Biden is going to bring about taxes that are just too uncomfortable to pay. Yeah, well, if you make more than $400,000 a year, I highly doubt that it's going to make you that uncomfortable. I think you just don't want to be held accountable for what you deserve, what you need, what you should be paying anyway, because I don't think any of us get these ridiculous deductions that they can claim charities, they can claim these business deductions. If there's some rich person working out of their home, then chances are they're claiming their entire home as a deduction for their business.
Well, in real estate, you can claim losses on about anything. Even ventures that become successful, you can claim it as a loss halfway through on your taxes. I don't know about Donald Trump talking about like I prepaid, I overpaid, I like. Come on, dude. What does that? That's like I'm gonna
explain. They did some explaining about how about they was talking about like maybe is it a appraiser of a building or somebody that can say how much a building is worth? I'm not sure the proper term for it.
He would overvalue and then undervalue property in order to get deductions.
And he can still write that all on his as a loss every year. Not just this year that it happened, but every other year. Exactly. So it's like Donald Trump has given all the rich people the way to do your taxes if you want to save some money, if you want to be 100%.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. It's like going to buy like a Dodge Charger Hellcat and going to the wherever the magistrate's office and being like, here's $10,000. I'm gonna get this speed.
Drives a Dodge Charger.
Not a Hellcat.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's taxes are going to be taxes. Everyone has to pay. Everyone should pay them. We have to pay them. I don't see why the rich shouldn't have to pay their taxes either. That's, I don't object to paying taxes. Taxes is what takes care of our military. It takes care of our veterans. It takes care of our roads. It takes care of our in states where hospitals are not a private corporation, it pays for, health care.
Charisma is technically health, is private, right?
Mm-hmm. South Carolina has nothing but private hospitals.
Well, here's the funny thing. It's kind of like this. Here's how it should be to rich people. You sign up for YouTube something or Xbox Live Game Pass or something. You forget you signed up for something that's going to cost you $4 every month until you finally go look at your bank statement and you're like, what the fuck? $4? Cancel. I've been losing $4. Rich people, treat it like that.
Right.
We're surviving the forgetting that we signed up for whatever
when we were born.
If the rich people could just do us a favor and forget that they live in the United States and just pay all their taxes, regardless of where they live, whatever.
Matter of fact, pay the taxes for us.
Please.
You hear what I'm saying? Like, and speaking of commercials that you're tired of seeing, probably is that. I know you've seen the Joe Biden. He's going to raise the minimum wage to 15. Now I got some discretion about this. Okay,
I do too.
It, like Barrett was just saying, if the minimum wage goes up to 15, will my normal now go up to even out, or will I still be at, hey, you're here? Because I'm not too far away from 15. Just want to let everybody know.
I'm with you on that. I mean, there is and that's kind of what Barrett hit when he's talking about that cost of living raise, right?
Yeah.
Gas goes up, rent goes up, everything goes up except for your pay. But based on merit, things will go up. Now, if you're a person who's just like, I work to get a paycheck, I don't give a shit, I'm in my mom's basement, we're gonna give that guy $15 an hour, like when his aspirations weren't set to strive for more. I do see, a problem with that. But at the same time, our minimum wage, what, 7.75,
750,
whatever. That's horse shit. It should at least be 10. I mean, let's give it something. It needs a boost. So I think it needs to go to 15. No, I think there's people who've gone to college who are making 15 an hour because you're sold on the idea that your degree is going to get you a great job. Your degree is going to do this or that.
And they'll never pay them loans off making $15 an hour.
I don't want to age myself out of this conversation, but I remember.
I'm gonna show y'all something. Time out.
When I
Uh-oh.
Zach is being handed a baby at this point. He is
She's
holding.
not happy. She's not.
Yeah,
happy,
she's not
but-
happy with you right now, Zach. Not happy with you.
There she is.
Baby
I wanted
girl.
everybody to see. I'll hand her back to mama.
Yeah, hand her back to mom. Zach, you don't look like you know what you're doing. You haven't been here before.
I just wanted y'all to see her real quick.
Thank
She's happy
you.
now that
It is
she's
very
back with
pretty.
mama.
The all about nothing baby.
She's all about everything.
We're all involved.
She's all about everything. She grabbed up onto my string.
Yeah,
I know.
I want to say when I entered the job market back in 1993,
Oh my God.
92.
I was born in 91. Just want to let everybody know this.
Thanks. I want to say I think it was $3.25 an hour. I may need someone to fact check that. You know who you are. But I want to say I was like $3.25, maybe it crested $4, but yeah. I remember, and
That's an
I
oh
was
hell no.
13. I mean, look, you got it.
Hey, we're moving. Hey, 750 was a big jump. Now you said 325. Hey, Zach, you better calm down. Look, it looks like they've been going up $3 every time. So we might get the 10.
We're gonna start you off at minimum wage, and like Ellett Brothers, well, you did okay. Here's a 25-cent raise. Blow that out your butt.
Zach, speaking of Elliott Brothers, yes. Whenever I was in Elliott Brothers and a certain somebody, I don't even have to say their name, but Barrett, the lady has been working there since I've been 1 year old. Okay, let's just say that she's been there since I've been 1. And you know what she said her top dollar of making is? $11.
What's that?
At that $11. At that point, whenever she told me that, I said, I have got to get the hell up out of here. $11. You've been working here for 20 plus years? Hell no.
Probably lives.
That's a
somewhere
fat
out
cat
in
get
a
fatter
little
business.
mountain.
There's a reason they're no longer around.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Well,
they're
yeah,
a bunch of bastards. We need to file a class action lawsuit against them.
Dude, now you're talking about it. We really do. And they're working with unsafe.
Hard to get off track, Barrett, but we're talking about minimum wage. Barrett,
Yeah.
I was there for 4 years. I know Trent, you were there for a minute too.
Yeah, about 3. I want to say 3.
Yeah, like no. We're starting. I'm writing it down.
Dude,
That place drove me to smoking, Barrett. That's how stressful it was. I had never smoked a cigarette before I started working there. But I stopped though. I have stopped. But
hey, look, I was probably working down the street at I was probably working down the street at GIS when you guys were at Ellett Brothers.
checking our
Potentially.
backgrounds.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I worked in special projects. I was a manager of the special projects department. We did mostly ours was having to do with special. We did special projects like reporting and financial income reporting. I got to tell the president of the company how much money we're losing on losers, salespeople that
He's like,
would make one
"What?"
sale and they sale. Yeah, exactly. What?
Yeah, speaking of those, I heard the GIS Christmas parties used to be popping. I heard they used
I don't
to
know.
go
They canceled.
crazy.
I went to 2 of them, and that was the last one I ever went to. Was well, I mean, I think I was there for 3 Christmas parties, but I only went to 2. And honestly, it was in a tent in the parking
lot each year.
I wouldn't doubt that. It's Chapin. The cops in Chapin do one of 2 things: they pull you over for speeding, or they pull you over for DUIs.
Yeah.
Or they pull you over to see what you have to share with them.
Yeah. What do you have in there?
I saved Alex Shambly from getting pulled over, or he got pulled over, but I saved him from a ticket from a Chapin cop.
Hold on,
late one.
Are you
late
out
one night.
someone right now?
No. He was
saying
fine.
he owes you his life.
Oh yeah, he was getting written a ticket, and I had my '97 Cobra Mustang, and I saw him got pulled over into the bank, and I just did a rolling burnout and said, "F you, pig!" It went flying across the track. All I saw was this guy doing this, and like flipping his papers and running back to his car, and he wasn't going to catch me. I had 700 horsepower. I was gone. He wasn't finding me. I parked it in a garage, and then the next day I talked to Alex, and Alex is like, "Oh yeah, he lost it. He didn't write me. He just like threw a blank thing at me and like called Boogie to go find you." I was like, "I bet he did."
It was probably like a movie scene when you see the stuff going.
Yeah.
Lost hog falls out of it, falls out into the ditch.
Absolute Smokey and the Bandit moment. I was like, "Nope, not getting a ticket on my boy."
I did want to bring up. So you guys, did you all see the rally in Nebraska last week? Did you hear about this? Trump's rally in Nebraska?
Yeah.
Literally, he ends his rally,
clips.
climbs onto his plane, and leaves several hundred people without
Freezing
any
to death.
way of getting, freezing. Like there was no way for these people. There were no buses that were scheduled to pick anybody up because literally with Trump rallies, apparently now they bus people in. It is, it is, and the Trump campaign has no issue with claiming that they are busing people in.
Here's
They
your
claim they're only
Chick-fil-A
busing the
voucher
people in the
and your
parking
bus
lot.
ticket.
Yeah, they get a bus ticket and Chick-fil-A, or it's Chick-fil-A or Burger King or something. It's always a fast food. Seriously, that's what they get.
I know.
They get,
And then they get a Chick-fil-A voucher.
They get a T-shirt, a mask. Some of them get masks. Some of them get scarves. Some of them get like a hoodie. But yeah, seriously, this is. I mean, basically they get dressed up and then brought in for these Trump rallies. It's almost like he's paying people to come to his rallies. And you know what just occurred to me? Tonight could be potentially the last night that Trump would be campaigning.
I mean, even if win or lose, this will be the last night he will campaign, because if he wins, you won't have to see him again.
Are you there, God? It's me,
We'll have to see
Margaret.
Look,
So we win either way. If you think about it like that.
well, I don't want to be too foreboding, but the potential is if he loses, he could run again in 2024.
What? Are they changing rules or something?
No, you're allowed to. You're allowed to serve
be
2 terms.
Elected twice. You can be elected twice. If he loses, he could potentially run again. He could run again. So, hey, listen,
but only for 4 years, right?
Correct. It would. Well, I look.
How does that work?
I feel like
eventually by that point you're going to have remember 9/11 signs. You're going to have remember 2020 signs if he runs again.
I honestly,
that's all you need.
I feel like the potential is that if we give him another 4 years, then he will break down our democracy to the point where we will be giving him a lifetime enrollment as president. So, listen.
I just want to know what all these people will do with this Trump memorabilia if this man doesn't win. I just want to know where all these flags are going to go, all the decorations.
Do you think any of that's going to stop? The only thing they can't say is still your president.
Yes.
It won't. No.
It will stop.
No.
It will slowly. It'll slowly go away. Remember how
Ronald Reagan has still not gone away.
It's
Donald Trump will not go.
Morning in America. It's always morning in America. That's all I ever hear. Morning in America.
Well,
all right. Listen, let's take a quick break. We're gonna play a song by actually I'll let you introduce this one, Zach. because we don't have any
Oh,
commercials to play. I don't have it. Like I said, this is completely unprepared. This is my fault too.
Well, enjoy this. This is a Linkin Park type tribute by Bring Me the Horizon. It's called Teardrops. It is amazing.
All right.
Okay, I see you,
Did I
Barrett.
miss the whole thing? Because I'm gonna have to mute this and just listen to it again.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is go listen to it on the All About Nothing podcast.
Well,
So
Trent,
you
what do you think? Do you like it?
Is the my favorite part of the song is when he's like teardrop, but that's not the favorite part though. It's whenever he goes into his little falsetto. But I can't hear
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
part of the whole song. As soon as I heard it the first time, I was like, "Oh, okay." He went up in falsetto on that one. Okay.
Very Linkin Parkish.
Oh,
Facebook,
yeah.
give us your. As soon as I heard it, they even have a song on the album that's called the "Itch for the Cure." And if you're a Linkin Park fan, they had the song called "Cure for the Itch," and it's a direct tribute to Linkin Park. And that song is
Very,
obviously
very much 2006 to 2009. If you're
Yeah.
that graduating class, if y'all shout out to that
Oh, yeah.
2009 class, that was it.
Deep cut. All right. Well.
No, not. We was talking about the music, Barrett. We was.
Yeah. Oh no.
I thought he was like deep cut. I thought he was thinking I was taking a jab at you. I'm
Hey,
like, no, I'm not.
I just want to point out, Trent, I have a package here for you that I need to get in your hands at some point. So
Okay. And to any of the listeners out there, we are not drug dealers.
No.
Is that the rodeo cowboy?
Is that my cocaine brick I asked from you, Barrett?
at best, it's half a kilo. Honestly.
Okay.
We'll party at Trent's house later.
Yeah. So
now, Zach, you cannot party at my house. You know that.
Why?
Now,
I'll get mad.
You gotta wait a full year. You gotta wait a full year before you can come out party, and that's the first rule of dad.
What really is it?
Oh yeah. Especially in COVID.
Oh, okay.
You can't go nowhere.
Is that what they told you in church? Come on.
No, man, you can't go nowhere. Where are you gonna go?
Fine, then I'm keeping your Susto shit.
Well, you can drop that off just like Barrett. You see, Barrett's got his in the mail. The mail works that way. I'm not sure if you know how the mail works. You and your president.
I'm gonna.
You and your president don't understand how this mail thing works. Like you send something.
Oh, Trent's gonna love this shirt and bandana.
You should have just told me you used it to wrap your daughter up whenever she was first born.
So.
Well, that made things too rough.
Better. That would have been much better. So,
well,
go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just gonna.
I was about to say, just a shout out to Justin. He's been doing these social distance shows. They had one in Charleston on the Ashley River, where you could pull up and like park your car in your designated spot and then have no more than 4 people. I was like, dude, that's so amazing. It was literally 2 days before she came, and I was this close to being like, they're not being born in Charleston.
Well, tell Justin we're pretty upset they didn't offer the All About Nothing to have their own personal car so we can do their show and our show at the same time. But you know, for later dates, maybe.
Sure.
They didn't ask. He didn't ask for us to be master of ceremonies or anything like that.
Yeah, like come on. How did we get left off the list, Barrett?
That would have been entertaining.
Yeah, Justin, if you're listening, we'll want you to officiate my wedding. So go on the internet and figure that out, and then you can sing. It's a lot, and I need it pro bono.
Yeah,
look,
I'm a working dad.
I'll be completely honest. I think if we were to do a live All About Nothing podcast in front of an audience before one of his shows, I think that would be outstanding. I think that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be. We
could probably get that arranged. That would work.
And I have to say this. Luke, who we work with, his wife, does it. The Explorer SC. I hope I'm saying it right. And Justin said this is my favorite site, my favorite page to follow right now. And it was his wife, who does all these commercials showing like the natural wonders of South Carolina. And I was like, Luke, You're famous now. Your wife, at least your wife is famous. It was pretty amazing.
He's at least your wife is
I was like, we gotta do something. We can get the trifecta going. Explore SC, Susto, the South Carolina podcast, South Carolina musicians, South Carolina natural resources. Let's go. Let's do this.
We're expanding everywhere.
That would be cool.
It'd be very cool.
That would be cool.
Especially Barrett with kayak and turnover in it.
Oh yeah, we have a kayak all about nothing podcast where people pulling up with kayaks.
He'd do the Barrett roll. This is how you do it.
The Barrett roll. We got to trademark that and get some shirts going.
I already told him, man. I said it's the Barrett roll.
That would be entertaining. That would be entertaining.
We need more audio because you have to go. Oh shit! Up.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was honestly, guys, I need some reassurances. What are your predictions for tomorrow?
Well, I need to know this.
Not all.
I need to know this. What, like, when you were explaining it earlier about how it could be a big enough percentage that we don't have to go into a whole nother week/month. What is that percentage for it to be?
So it's
before I get my answer.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. It's not necessarily a percentage. What Biden needs is states like Florida, states like North Carolina. We probably need to see Pennsylvania. If those three states break for Biden, then chances are there is no path for Trump to win in the Electoral College. And right now I think they said that his percentage of chance to win in the Electoral College is like 16%. That doesn't mean that 16% is nothing. There is still the potential that that Trump could find a path to victory. That is entirely possible, and disappointing. But there is still a path. There is still a path for Trump to win if he picks up Texas and Florida, and let's say he gets Pennsylvania and Ohio. Somehow Georgia and North Carolina go his way. Then we begin to see the inevitable, which would be a Trump victory. Is that going to happen? It's not likely. It's more likely than what we'll see is tomorrow night, sometime around 11 o'clock, after we get all of the after we get California, Oregon, and Washington, Nevada, we get Arizona. And once those states come in, there is the potential that Biden winning or moving closer and closer towards the electoral win, there is the potential that we could possibly see Trump come out and claim victory purely based on the fact that Pennsylvania and Florida, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. The Electoral College is such a screwed up facet.
And that's what I've been getting at, Barry. I want to say that I think Biden will win, but just like last time, the Electoral College really messed me up. It's like how can I explain it? It's like watching a basketball game and the ref saying the point that scored the winning goal didn't count because of some technical difficulty. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Electoral College,
and that's the
really
thing.
throws everything off.
That's the thing. My fear is that Trump will come out tomorrow night at some point and claim victory before all of the votes are counted. That if he's leading in states like Pennsylvania and Ohio and Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, if he's leading in those states, I fear that he'll come out and claim victory. Does it mean anything? It shouldn't. Honestly, he has no business claiming victory when all the votes are counted. See, but he's already said that he's going to have his lawyers out there. That the GOP is going to have their lawyers ready to jump on stopping the vote count purely based on the fact that absentee votes and mail-in balloting and all of these things that he has attempted to make sound like they shouldn't be a part of our electoral process. I have this fear that he's going to claim victory and that the people that support him will jump on that. before any states have certified the elections in their states. I genuinely fear that that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to create the turmoil that we're going to see for days after, because states like Pennsylvania, states like Arizona and Texas, and a lot of these states that this absentee voting and mail-in balloting is now part of the system, where it wasn't quite as big a piece before. My fear is that those are the states that we could potentially see these long drawn out lawsuits to try and make Trump president again, where
75 million people plus have already voted, right?
It's 92, actually.
Yeah, we're at 92 million.
Oh,
We have seen 2/3 of all of the people that voted in 2016. We have seen 2/3 already turn in their ballots. We have ballots that have already been accepted across the country. 2/3 of all the votes from 2016 have already been received.
Are those counted in any type of poll? Are they already being counted?
In some states, they already have started counting those ballots. They've already started counting the votes on those ballots. I think Florida might be one of them. South Carolina doesn't start counting those ballots till 7:00 tomorrow morning, and they will count those ballots throughout the course of the day, hopefully having all of them counted before the polls close, because they're just going to run them through a machine. They're just.
Are you in charge of returning the machines?
I have a machine that will have to be turned back in tomorrow that will have a zip drive that has all the votes on it, including.
Is that kind of thing encrypted? Like, can't be tampered with? Can't.
Yes, it can't be tampered with.
Yeah,
we'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't be. So you'll see it when you go to vote tomorrow. You'll see that you will be handed a piece of paper. You'll be handed basically a cardstock piece of paper that will go into a balloting machine. You will make your selections. It will print your selections on that ballot, on that piece of paper. That piece of paper is then returned to you. You take that paper over and you put it into the balloting machine, the ballot counting machine, which will read all of the votes off of your paper, and then it will deposit that copy into a bin that it will collect all of them. So you have two different verifications that your ballot's counted. You have the fact that the machine has scanned it and saved it, as well as a hard copy of that vote, which is now inside of the bin. So if there's ever any question about the validity of the votes that are being tabulated by the machine versus the votes that are physically inside the bin, they can be counted again. So if the process has been I don't know, I don't want to say perfected, but the process has at least been improved over the years. We don't have punch ballots anymore where we could potentially have dimpled Chads, which, I knew a dimpled Chad once. But just so the process has been improved to this point. Am I comfortable with our balloting and voting being electronic? No, not entirely, but this is where we're at. My preference would be that, the machine. I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
Are you
know.
leaning towards the phone? Are you leaning towards the phone?
No, I don't know that.
All right, is everybody scared of the phone? I think a lot of people are scared of the phone.
Why would you use the phone?
I think the phone would be the easiest way for everybody.
You could develop a very secure app that's run by the government that couldn't be hacked, and you could sit there and vote, and you could get like, I think if you were to do it via app, you would have to review it at least twice before you are able to
you would have to
and
it would read back the answers. It'll read back and like, hey, for the president you picked, for the senator you picked, like
it would run your sheet back down to you.
They could have did it. They just don't want to do it. They want it to be a difficult task because
it's a little bit of dogma, right?
No,
it's kind of the way that you do it as it's always been done, right? Show up to the office, write in. You're writing in. You're filling in bubbles. Write it in. And they had the punch boxes last time where they load you into the machine and you select it within the terminal. I think there's a little bit of dogma, and people are afraid of change. Period. Good change, bad change. People are afraid of change. I do agree that it should be easy enough for us to pick up our phones and vote. It should be that easy.
Like if
Now,
the ads are coming to my phone, the ads to vote are coming to my phone. Why can't I actually vote on my phone? Like,
if you can request your social security number through your phone to get a new card, or if you can do it to get a voter registration, if it's secure enough is the biggest question. Is it secure enough? I think you can get to that point.
yes,
I think we're well into the 21st century now that it should move to that where we don't have to go. There's a pandemic. That should have been the thing.
that should have been the thing they rolled out.
Yeah, if this administration was competent and truly cared about democracy, would have supported and rolled out. Now, if it came from the administration, then you kind of be like,
yeah.
I don't know. I do think that's something that needs to be moved towards. Making voting so easy.
Yeah.
For literally anybody.
No, I totally agree. And voting ultimately should be made to be easy. There's no reason to make it difficult. But look, our country still has voting on a Tuesday. Other countries.
That's what I was going to get at. That's what I was about to.
See,
ooh, go ahead.
That's the other thing that I want to make sure that everyone understands. Election day may be November 3rd this year. That doesn't mean that is the only day you could have voted. And honestly, thinking back now, we probably should have had more podcasts. But election day is when our election ends. That is the last day to vote for most of the country. Yeah, we have absentee ballots that may still be received in some states up until Thursday or Friday or something like that. But election day, you can vote in number of states. I think in South Carolina, we began in October. Like you could do early voting through absentee in-person voting up until today. Yeah. But starting at the beginning of October. So we've had almost an entire month of voting, and it's shown, because even in Lexington County, there has been 1,400 to 2,000 people per day, every single day, except for Sundays, for the last 4 weeks voting early.
They've had lines.
And
like S-shaped lines. S-shaped lines. That's what it looks like.
Black Friday lines.
Yes, like they got shoes. They got to have Jordans in there.
Yeah.
Like, good God.
I am curious as to what the total number vote count is going to be. I have a feeling that we will see a higher number than 2016, but I feel like there's still the potential that mostly people that have voted early are people that probably still would have voted. Over under, I'm going to say we're going to see 140 million people vote. We're going to see 20 million more people vote this election than last election. It's not how many there should be.
I'm going for the high 3.
Hey guys, I don't care who you voted for. I mean, deep down I do, but the fact that you went out there and voted, you're getting it from me. That we've set records already. That is
absolutely.
They represent you. They have to. And if you don't like it, go say something about it. If you like it, go say something about it. That is very important. For the people, by the people. That is what matters. Go out and vote for who you believe in. And I do have one announcement to make. Our guest, my uncle Taylor King, he just engaged this last weekend to his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend. Now,
So you mean your mom's girlfriend, boyfriend? New boyfriend?
No, your mama's new boyfriend. Taylor King, my uncle, is now engaged to Jenny. And Jenny is now demanding I call her Aunt Jenny, and it's not happening. She's 2 months older than me. Jenny, if you're listening, it's not happening.
You're going to call her that. You're not only going to call her that, you're going to call her your uncle's new girlfriend. I mean, your uncle's new wife. Yeah.
That's what
you're going to call her, all right?
Well, no, congratulations.
I didn't get a Yeah, congratulations, Taylor. That's awesome. I didn't get a direct answer, so I'll go ahead and say first. I believe that tomorrow night we will see Biden with enough enough votes to get him into an electoral college win. I feel like we'll know tomorrow night Biden will be the next president. I ultimately feel like we're going to see enough independents go towards Biden that we're going to be able to have a determination on the election tomorrow night, and enough of one that we don't have to worry about lawsuits and Trump claiming victory. I feel like honestly that's going to be what's best for the
Do
country.
you think?
And I even said,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you?
No, I was just going to say I definitely think that in the event that Biden wins, I think things are going to be a little bit crazy. I think that at least for 2, maybe 2, 3 weeks, we're going to potential. You think? Well, maybe.
Yes.
I think that Trump supporters are going to have their feelings hurt, and I feel like as good people, not that they're bad people, but I feel like as good people, what we need to do is we need to not gloat. You know, when Trump won, I felt like a lot of people that supported Trump in 2016, I feel like they gloated. And I didn't take it personally because it's just an election.
Let's be real, Barrett.
Let's
be real. Still your president thing.
The flags really didn't come out until the re-election was about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, like, they didn't have Trump flags, I want to say, when he first got hot, whenever he first was on. Like, I didn't see too many Trump flags. It was like whenever it was about to come back around again for voting time, that's whenever you see the Trump flags. I think the Trump flag, I want to go out with a hot take. The Trump flag has turned into the new Confederate flag.
I don't deny that. Honestly, I'll say I feel like Trump started campaigning for his reelection a month after he was inaugurated. Honestly, it was ultimately he went from election, inauguration, to ultimately just jumping right into his reelection, which honestly is probably what screwed up most of the things that he said he was going to get done, because he was busier jumping into these rallies than he was working on policy and procedures and things like that. He wasn't, we still don't know what his healthcare plan is. And ultimately, I hope we never find out, because it's probably just another Melania fake. I don't know.
Well, at least he hasn't named it Trump Care. And I wasn't jiving with Biden going like, it's called Biden Care. And I'm like, yeah, we did this.
Yeah, don't do that no more.
Let's just fix the Affordable Care Act.
Obamacare sounded good because it rolled off the tongue. Like
Biden Care, we don't.
Biden Care, Trump Care, all that's no. Don't do
Obama, but the Republicans named it Obamacare to make it sound bad, and it worked out because we have like 27 to 32 million people that have insurance now that otherwise would not have insurance. So.
And then also, I don't think those people would have a problem with it if it was called something else other than Obamacare. Like, I don't think Trump would have actually changed it or tried to change it if it was called something else.
I call it Ivanka Care, and it cares deeply.
Okay.
So you guys go predict. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
300 million.
300 million? Hold on. First of all,
votes.
You're 60 million showing to the population.
Yeah.
Hey, I think everybody's coming through.
I think there's only 200.
Everybody.
I think there's only 217.
300 million.
Okay. If
there's not registered,
something went wrong.
Remember, there are dead people that's trying to vote in Florida. Did you not see that?
Of course there is, Trent.
If there are 300 million people that vote tomorrow and Trump wins, we know what happened. There are 300 million people that vote tomorrow, and okay, all right. All of a sudden, I'm very uncomfortable.
In Florida and Alabama, you're gonna have people show up to vote and be like, "Register, I'm American, goddammit."
Yeah.
You want to see my license?
I think I do think Biden wins.
Yeah.
I honestly do think Biden wins. I think that I don't know. He'll absolutely win the popular vote. But again, we know that doesn't matter. But I think you have a lot of Trump supporters that are very tired of the experiment that they were willing to participate in, which I do not blame them for. The results I blame them for. But I mean, I think that we're not going to win as many Senate seats and things like that as we hope. But
Do
I
you
do
think
think
Jamie will win, or you think
yes,
Lindsay will still be in there?
I think Jamie will take it.
Okay.
I think Jamie's going to take it.
I'm gonna give another hot take. I also believe Biden will win, but I do believe it will last a month for the counting. I do believe that. I do believe it'll be drawn out at least a month.
Post election is going to be a shit show for.
Yeah, is that? Oh my God, you thought the debate was something, Barrett. Once we got two presidents trying to see who's the president.
that first debate made me so uncomfortable. I did not sleep well that night, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to sleep well tomorrow night. I know we had
me neither, especially if we don't get an outcome.
Joe, if I gotta come in there and punch him in the mouth, I'll do it.
I love Jim Carrey in Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago after the second debate where
Yes.
he said, "How does this mute button work?" He said, "Do I just
pop him in the mouth?"
Pop him in the mouth.
Yeah. And then when they pause it for a minute, and he's over there like he's about to do it.
Look,
yeah.
I'm just gonna say one of a couple last things, but ultimately, if you have not watched any of the Saturday Night Live, go back to YouTube and watch some of the Saturday Night Live episodes from the last 5 weeks, because Jim Carrey as Joe Biden and Alec Baldwin as Trump and Maya Rudolph.
What's the girl that play?
Yeah,
Kamala. What's her name? Is that her name?
Maya Rudolph.
Oh my God, she's even. Oh my God,
they are. Oh. It is. I'm not going to say that the writing is as funny as it could have been, but at least those three actors are phenomenal playing those roles. It is like if he
throws the mask up and he just shoots at it, he's like, just like going.
Oh yeah, when he does the with the glasses, he's him. Yeah, with the glasses. The glasses is scary how close they are together. Like literally, I think Joe Biden should have sent Jim Carrey out on one of the debates.
I think Barrett nailed it though when he goes, "How does this mute button work? Do I just haul off and pop him in the mouth?"
So I just get that
I lost
in the mouth,
dude.
Was fantastic.
And then he says something. He's like, "What?" And he's just like standing on the edge of it, like he's about to take 2 more steps.
Yeah, and then she's like, "I'll hit the mute button. I'll hit it. It doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything. Yeah, well, I'll hit it."
All right, so let me see. Biden wins, and Biden wins. Okay, but
Biden wins, but it's going to take a month.
It's going to take a month. Oh,
it's going to take a month. It's going to take a month.
It took Al Gore and Bush a month.
Believe me, Barry, I don't want to see it myself, but I feel like if it happens, it's going to take a month for it to be certified.
Yeah. I sincerely hope that we know tomorrow night. I sincerely hope, because I feel like if it goes a month, there's the potential you get the Supreme Court involved. There's this potential that it goes to Trump, just because he's packed the courts with the necessary members of the Supreme Court to push it his direction.
Wow, so you think?
Yeah, and now we have one of the handmaidens in there. Yeah.
Do you think Amy Barrett will be a deciding vote on that?
I wanted to give her credit at the beginning of this, that there was the potential that she could be a good justice, but ultimately, just based on what you read and hear about her, the only reason that he chose her was because she swore an allegiance to him, is essentially, and she did what James Comey would not, which was swear an allegiance to him. And it sounds, everything seems to add up to that. I know people are going to disagree, but I fully believe that he said, "Will you swear your allegiance to me? Will you be loyal specifically to me?" And she said, yeah, sure. Does that mean anything?
Let's see what happens when the new, party regime gets into the White House. I think she's a bona fide fucking psychopath. I don't
think she's gonna veto everything that comes through, or
she's an evangelical religious zealot. It's not gonna. This country was designed, and people feel free to comment and argue on it. This is not a theocracy. This is not a Christian nation. It was the founding fathers did not set it up that way. They set it up to be church and state are separate. Church shall not rule the country, period. I have no problem with your religion and you believing in what you want to believe, but you don't want an Islamic, person running for office and putting in their rule any more than you want a religious Christian zealot doing it. Government to be governed is you have to pursue the freedom of religion for everybody, and to have somebody who leans so hard one way to do it, to me, is just like, man, what are we doing here? Like, you're supposed to sit there. The Supreme Court's job is to define the Constitution when it comes to ruling over whatever subject is in front of them. And if they have a little, tinge one way or another, that's not good for anybody. You don't want it. I don't want a pure atheist up on there. You want an objective judge. You want an objective person. And I don't think we got that.
What do you think an objective would be, though? Like, what do you think? Like, should the person not be big in religion, or you feel like just the person should just just be, just be based on morals, or like
the whole idea behind the Supreme Court was that you had justices that would rule based on whether or not laws were constitutions. So they would take laws and they would judge them based on their constitutional value. Where they are, do they impede on the rights of the American citizens in a way that defies the Constitution? That's the whole idea. So one of the things that everyone's concerned about, one way or the other, is Roe versus Wade. Is Amy Coney Barrett going to be the vote that the conservatives want, or the conservatives need, in order to undo Roe versus Wade? The idea that you cannot force a woman you allow a woman to have the decision on what happens with her body. Now, I've had conversations in the situation where, first of all, honestly, I do not believe that there's any one person or any giant or group of people that absolutely believe that abortions should be the go-to option. It's just astronomically stupid to think that.
Right.
There is so much blatant junk out there stating that liberals think that abortion should just be completely legal. Look, I am firmly against abortions. I don't want anyone to have an abortion. I don't think under any circumstances that I want anyone to have an abortion for any reason, shape, or form.
But
it's not my choice. It's not my body. It's not my choice. And I do not believe that a government should have the right to tell somebody. Now, second, along with that, I also do not believe that the government should pay for an abortion in a situation where it's an elective. If it's medically necessary and you have insurance that is covered under the government plan, then I have nothing to say about it. That I'm perfectly fine with. But I don't believe that our government should pay for abortions as an elective. I don't, as
only
a
if
choice.
I believe that should happen if like, say for instance, the rape, if the young lady was raped or something. You get what I'm saying? Like, incest. I mean, incest, raped, or you get what I'm saying? Something like that. Like that lady has, like, she didn't ask for that, So, and then I strongly believe that. Well, this is my opinion. I don't believe everybody is fit to be a mother or a father.
Right.
So mentally, you get what I'm saying? It's not made for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
And then you look at people who get like DNA tests, which is something available now. They can tell you before it's a viable human, before there's a heartbeat. This if you proceed with this pregnancy, this child will be either disabled, or their quality of life will not be there.
Yeah.
This will be something that you'll have to. Are you ready for that? And if you are, good for you. We'll go through with it.
Yeah.
But if that's something that the quality of life for this could be child, isn't going to be a life.
Yeah.
It's going to be spoon feeding, special, like all this stuff that you're not willing to be able to, take care of, that wouldn't be. And that's something that we took that test, and I said, what if it is like that?
Yeah, I said the same
Gabrielle
thing.
and I had, we had to have that discussion.
But you
I
have
pray
to
and hope it comes back normal.
exactly.
But what you have to go, what kind of life is that for them? Is that fair? Is
But
that
you-
fair?
But you,
Yeah.
but who? But you got to also think, like, who am I to take that child's life away? Like that child,
Absolutely.
maybe that child's life was there to grant me that joy. Like whenever, like I see parents that have disabled kids and
do amazing
oh
things.
my God, they're like,
oh dude,
they're
yes,
sometimes the
absolutely.
best parents. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they don't see no wrong in no kid.
But now then you look at the parent, and you have to ask the parent, the woman,
Yeah.
or if you're a couple and she's open to your, suggestion, your opinion,
Mhm.
are we okay? Are we equipped to deal with that? Or can we? Is that a burden that we want this child? Oh my God, do we want this child? We
Because
try
it's no longer 18 years. It's the rest of
forever.
your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different.
And ultimately, one of the biggest drivers of this also is that adoption should be much easier in this country. There's no reason why adoption has to be as difficult as it is. There's no reason
Absolutely.
why people in America, in the United States, should have to go overseas to make adoptions, because in the United States it is so unbelievably difficult to do an abortion. The expense of it, the emotional turmoil. We know of families right now that basically have the care of a child. That child is now basically theirs, only to find out that it could be completely undone because the mother could come along at some point without having given up her parental rights completely. The mother or father could come along and be like, you know what? I want the child now. Ripping that child out of a family's out of the arms of a family that likely will be much better for that child than somebody that gave her up and then took her back, her back.
And that right there is where the line of the government's control needs to be drawn when it comes to especially things like adoption, and the fact that it can cost $25,000 to adopt a kid that wouldn't have a child. Like, these people are taking children that need parents from people who weren't ready to be parents and didn't have an abortion or didn't do A and B, and they want to love and take care of this child and make sure that this child that had nowhere else to go is part of their family. And you make them jump through hoops after hoops, and then, like you said, that it can be taken away.
But you got to, Zach. You got to, because I've been talking to a couple of people. One guy that I actually work with, he's actually was a adopted kid. You know, his parents had to give him up. It's really 60-40 as good parents, bad parents in the adoption.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, you gotta wing through. Like he's giving me some horrible stories. Like, it's not all peaches and cream with the adoption. So and just like a kid can feel, good about being with a good family. Like, all it takes is one thing for that kid to do wrong, where he's like, that parent that can say, "Hey, I don't want this kid no more. Get him out my house." And they're gone, and they're getting taken away. He said the one thing I remember, whenever it was time for me to go, the people will always come not with a suitcase. They would come with like a black trash bag to gather all my stuff. And that's whenever I knew it was time for me to go to another house.
That's foster care, right?
Yeah.
That's and when it comes down to it, man, I mean, there's people who are going to adopt children who have the best of intentions and will be good parents on the up and up when it comes down to it, but they're going to make mistakes. Just like you get born, there's people you get born to great parents, but you get born to parents who are going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And they can come take you away, but and we'll end it soon. But on the flip side of that, if you're shitty enough, they can come take your kid away from you too.
You
right?
can.
So it's a very, very, very contentious thing. But I think Roe v. Wade does not need to be touched right now. And if it does, it needs to be touched by calmer minds than cooler heads that will prevail
It
and don't
needs
have an
to be a
agenda.
group. It needs to be a group of women to make that decision.
Absolutely.
It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be all the judges, because how many female judges is on there right now?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Out of how many?
Out of 9.
See, that's
4. There may be only 3. I think it's 4 though. Coney, Sotomayor. Geez, there may only be 3.
I think it is 3 because the lady was the 3rd, right?
Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett, Sotomayor, and
RBG, rest her soul.
Yeah.
Crud, I can't think of the other. I think there are 3 women. I think there are 3. You know what? I'll look at somebody else. Look it up. All right.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I again, this one of the things that really irritates me is that I have heard pretty consistently is that Joe Biden is in favor of abortions, which is completely false. Joe Biden is a Catholic, just like Amy Coney Barrett. And if you're going to say that Joe Biden is in favor of abortion as a Catholic, then you have to then say that Amy Coney Barrett is also in favor of abortions. You can't say either, because the Catholic Church is against abortions. Again, there are situations I don't necessarily agree with everything the Catholic Church does, especially when it comes to, priests and children and like that. But all I'll say is that if you are going to claim that Joe Biden is in favor of abortions as a Catholic, then you also have to accommodate and say that Amy Coney Barrett is also in favor of abortions as a Catholic. You cannot deny that. Anyway, well, who's the third one? Was that right?
I couldn't.
You couldn't.
So many government pages, man. God. I Googled it. Dude, try Googling Supreme Court Justice right now. It's just ads about, Coney Barrett. She's such a bitch. Here's how great she is. And I was like, I don't have time to sift through this.
I got it. We got, crud. You know what? It gives you all of them. Oh.
He's going to have to do some scrolling too.
Yeah. I wasn't in on it.
Okay. We got Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Keegan. That was the other one I was looking for.
Okay, so it's
Keegan.
4.
Well, it's Sotomayor, Keegan, and then Barrett. Those are
so it's 3.
Yeah, so they're
those 3 need to come into a room together.
They make the decision
and let them discuss Biden stuff. And this is 3 is actually pretty good, because now you got a 3-2. You know what I'm saying?
Don't even get me started. What I think
you have 1/3.
Don't even get me started. What I believe, if Biden's elected, I know there's this genuine fear that he's going to pack the courts, or that he's in favor of packing the courts, which he's not.
So him packing the court with him adding another person?
So my idea in packing the court is to raise the number of seats in the Supreme Court from 9 to 19. All right. Ooh. Hear me out. So you bring it from 9 to 19, which means you then have six separate 3-panel groups that then make decisions on specific cases. They choose their caseload. They choose which ones they work through, and then those 6 make the decisions that then the chief justice is the one that makes the if he has to makes a dissenting dissent on decisions, or he's in favor of the decisions. But ultimately, then you have 6 3-panel groups that do all of the validation on laws. That's but I'm not saying that's going to happen, because you're talking
Let's
about
get through tomorrow in the next 90 days. We'll see how that goes.
Well, 30 days. I just told you 30.
Well, I'm talking about until January.
What do y'all think Christmas is going to be? What do y'all think Christmas is going to be?
We're all going to be 10.
Is there going to be a New Year's Eve? Is there going to be a New Year's Eve? Do you think there will be a New Year's Eve?
I don't think so. I think we and this will wrap up the show tonight, and we'll just wish good luck to all the candidates that we're pulling for. But I will be honest, we are seeing such an incredibly high spike in COVID cases right now across the country. It's this is something that's going to take a lot of time to recover from. I'm not, if Biden's elected, I feel like we might start moving in the right direction, but we won't know until there's there's actually like adults, pushing us in the right direction.
We're going backwards though, Barrett. It's like more cases, the more the world opens up. It's like, hey, we got more cases.
Well, Donald's doing a great job trying to kill him with his no-show march through the snow. Everyone's got a story and a pneumonia. So
I don't look, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the case count. I mean, this is what we're seeing.
Ooh.
You see the yellow line there?
Yeah.
That yellow line is an indication of average 7-day numbers of cases. These are all new cases. These are not old cases. These are not people getting retested. These are new cases. And that yellow line is now above what it was above when we crested back in June and July. That's the direction.
Oh yeah, people thought it was calm and it was going away. Yeah.
Did you just do the iPhone 12 ad just now, Barrett? Just now? Was that the iPhone 12? Did I just
wait? Barry, you got the 12?
I did. I did get the 12.
Oh, I thought it was. I was like, it looks squarey. Oh, y'all 12'd up. Okay, I see y'all. Okay.
No, I got the 11. Barrett's got the 5G.
I'm still with the 8. Yeah, give it an 8 plus. You know what I'm saying? I like my button. I love my button.
If you're not splinter selling it, what are you doing?
If the government don't know what my face looks like, man, yeah.
Are you staring at this end of your camera?
Never.
Fellas, thank you very much for doing this tonight. It was a relief. I think I'm really hoping for some good news over the course of the next several days. Closing remarks. Go Biden. Go Jamie Harrison. Go Adele.
And go Barrett on his first day of work tomorrow.
I promise when we get back together on Sunday, because I'll just say this. We talked about.
I want to know the stories.
We talked about doing a live show tomorrow night. I ultimately don't know when I'm going to be free tomorrow night. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to be difficult. So I will definitely text you guys, but we'll have to discuss it on Sunday when we do a regular podcast. That'll
let me know if you see any Proud Boys at your spot. You make sure you call the National Guard and let them know the Proud Boys are out there.
Yeah, he's gonna see some Proud Boys. I say go Biden, go Harris. Hopefully they win. Everyone go out to vote. Listen and pick up Bring Me the Horizon's new album. It is called Survival Horror. It is amazing. And be on the lookout for some very new All About Nothing merch, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe some
very
t-shirts.
Very soon.
We're working on some t-shirts.
Yes.
We're gonna see some new art. So all that.
All right. Trent, you got
and Dominique has a new song out. It's amazing. What?
Pressure.
Pressure.
It's called
YouTube,
Pressure.
Neek the Geek. Pressure.
Just dropped the video.
Oh, it's fire.
We're going crazy out there in these streets.
Little WAP influence on.
Hold on. I thought you said he had the WAP. I was like, oh my God, what are we talking about here?
No, I was just kidding. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And we need to have him on soon again.
Yeah,
so.
We're supposed to have him on soon. So you get what I'm saying? We'll have him on soon. We got a couple more guests, like you said. Speaking of the new merch supposed to be coming, I want to go ahead and give a thanks out to Mike
Williams.
Mike Will. If y'all need designs, this guy is amazing. I laid it out perfect what I wanted from this man, and he came through and delivered. So be on the lookout for the new logos and stuff that's coming out. We're about to hit y'all over the head, man. 2021 is about to be amazing. So,
and Justin, when the shirts get made or masks we have to go back on the gift bag. We'll send him one.
Yeah, definitely have to send one, but we'll actually send one to his address other than sending straight to Zach. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. And
have a week.
Have a good week.
Zach King, Barrett Gruber. We are out. You all vote tomorrow. Y'all take care.